Hi guys, okay, so part 4 na po tayo ng ating discussion about principles of structural analysis and design. So start na po tayo class. Okay, so let us have this situation number 14. So sabi po, two channels welded at the tip of their flanges form a built-up column. Unsupported column height is 9 meters, and then the column is braced against sideway in both directions. So, sabi rin po, the column is fixed with effective length factor K equals 0.5. So, binigay na rin po yung mga properties. So, tinatanong po is the slenderness ratio about the X. So, basahin muna natin. Okay, next, slenderness ratio about the Y. And then, okay, so last is if the column is subjected to a concentric load of 1/4 kilonewtons, determine the thickness of the cover plates having a width of 150 to be placed on top and bottom of the section. So the allowable compressive stress is 110.6 MPa. Okay, so balikan muna natin ito, class. So, let us illustrate, no, yung magiging built-up section. So, dalawang channel, pinagdikit yung flanges. So, in a sense, so say for example, ito yung isang channel. So, yung isa dito naman. Okay, so ano mangyayari? So consider muna natin, class, yung isang channel. So most likely nandito po yung kanyang centroid. So ibig sabihin, ito yung original centroidal x direction niya or x axis, and then ito yung centroidal y axis niya. Na sinabi naman according dun sa properties, ito po, no, yung x distance na to is the representation of the distance of the y-axis mula dun sa face, okay, nung web. So this is 24.9. So ngayon, pag pinag-combine na po natin siya, so yung combined properties po nila ay, una, yung centroid, basically, mapupunta dito sa gitna, no? Due to symmetry. So, nandito na po yung bagong centroid. Which means na nandito na po yung bagong x at nandito na po yung bagong y. Alright? Okay. So, tinatanong, class, slenderness ratio. So, slenderness ratio is generally equal sa KL or KLU over R. Okay? Where K is the effective length factor, LU is the unsupported length, and then R is the radius of gyration. So, kung tinatanong, class, sabihin natin SR, no? Slenderness ratio. With respect to X, lahat lang magkakaroon ng subscript na X, no? Magiging K on the X direction, LU along X, and R along X. Okay, so since wala naman nabanggit, class, no, sa pagkakaiba ng support condition sa X and Y axis, so we will assume it na fix yung magiging condition niya on both direction. So, ito magiging K sa X at K rin sa Y. And then, wala rin nasabi, class, sa pagkakaroon ng lateral bracing, halimbawa sa Y direction. Usually kasi may ganun para magkaiba yung L sa X sa L sa Y, no? Na dun sa isang direction, merong bracing. But since sa question na ito ay wala namang nabanggit tungkol doon, so we will assume na itong 9 meters na to is unsupported length along X, siya na rin yung unsupported length along Y. So ang kulang na lang nating class is yung R. Okay? So Rx is square root of syempre Ix over area. So, isa-isay natin class, no? Area. Area is basically twice lang ng area ng isang channel, no? 4, 5, 2, 9. And then next, Ix. So, for the Ix, we will be needing here the summation of the individual centroidal moment of inertia plus AD squared. So, magiging ano to class? So, bawat isa, no? So, halimbawa, consider mo yung channel on the left. So, yung centroidal x niya nandito with a value ng moment of inertia na 35.4 times 10 raised to 6. So, nandito na yung x niya. And then, class, yung x of the composite section, as you can see, coincides with the x of each channel. Ano ibig sabihin? Ibig sabihin, walang transfer. So, wala nang AD squared. So, ito yung para sa isa, nagkataon, dalawa sila. So, for the next channel, nandito rin yung centroid niya. Ito yung X niya. Ito yung Y niya. So, basically, ganun din. No need for a transfer. So, parang ita times. Ito ko na lang ito class. So, ito na ngayon yung I with respect to the centroidal X of the composite section. So, gagawin na lang natin class is substitute. So, lagay ko dito 0.5. So, gagamitan ko ng length in millimeters para partner siya dun sa Ix kasi ito ay nakaanto eh. mm raised to 4. So, we will have 9 meters. So, 9,000. Tapos, diretsuhin na lang natin class, no? I think kasya naman. So, magkano ito? Compute nga muna natin. Okay, calcu. Area muna, no? 2 times 4,529. Okay, 9,058. So, this is mm squared. How about, so ako lalagay ko na to na sa A, no? Next, 35.4 A6 times 2. So, sagot, 70.8 A6. 70.8 times 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. So, lagay na po natin yan dito. 70.8 times 10 raised to 6 divided by 9,058. So that SR along X or about X is, so store ko muna to sa B. Okay, so I will have 0.5 times 9,000 divided by square root of yung nakastore sa B divided by nakastore sa A. Okay, so the answer is 50.90. So the answer is letter A. Alright. So next, slenderness ratio about Y. So this is SRY. So magiging KY LUY over RY. So, identify na natin yung K and LU. So, RY na lang. So, that RY is square root of IY over area. So, balik na lang tayo siguro dito, no? Para may reference tayo. So, gamit na lang ako ng kulay red. So, IY. So, paano to class? Ganun ulit. Summation of I bar plus AD squared of each elements. So, start tayo dun sa left channel. So, nandito yung kanyang y with a value of 3.0 times 10 raised to 6. Kaso, yung y niya may distansya doon sa y-axis ng composite section. And then, how long is that? So, tingnan natin, class. Width of the flange is 87. So, this one here is 87. So, gaano kalayo yung centroid niya doon sa centroid ng composite section? So, that would be 87 minus natin yung 24.9. Okay, so we have 62.1. So, ito yung transfer, no? So, sabihin, area niya is 4529 and then the transfer is 62.1 and then we square. Okay? So, as you can see, mare-repeat lang yung process for the next channel kasi ganun din naman yung distance no, no? And then, magkahawig naman sila nung channel sa left side. So, mangyayari, this one here is ta-times 2 na lang natin. No? So, parang naka-times 2 na lang to. So, ilan po yung IY? Okay, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4529 quantity 62.1 squared. Alright, so we have 40.93. Okay, times 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. So, para sakto, store natin halimbawa sa letter C. And then, balik po tayo dito. Okay, so, sulat na natin, no? SRY would be, KY is the same as 0.5, LUY is the same as 9,000 mm, and then, over, ano yung number nun? 40.93 times 10 raised to 6 over 9,058. So, slenderness ratio about Y is, so that would be 0.5 times 9,000 divided by square root of C divided by A. Okay, we have 66.94. So, this should be our answer. Okay, interpret lang natin, class, no? Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? So, since mas malaki yung SRY versus SRX, so, it means na mas critical sa buckling yung sa Y direction. So, parang mas mauuna siyang mag-buckle kesa dun sa bending about X. Okay? So, anyways, next tayo. So, ito tungkol lang sa compression. So, mangyayari, okay, yung section natin, drawing ko lang dito, no? So, try ko lang kunwari, medyo 3D. Okay, so something like that. So, nandito yung channel. Okay, nandito yung isa. Okay, so sana gets. Huwag natin lagyan na ito. Okay, anong gagawin? Ito daw magke-carry ng P na magkano? 1.4 kilonewton. So, but the allowable compressive stress of the material is 110.6 MPa only. So, I think mag-exceed kasi yung stress kapag siya lang yung meron. So, anong gagawin? Maglalagay raw dito ng, dito na lang tayo sa class, no? Balik tayo sa top view. So, mabibitin kasi yung section. Anong gagawin? Magdadagdag, no, ng cover plate. So, ilalagay yung cover plate sa top and bottom. So, dito. Yan. Para lumaki yung strength capacity ng section. So, dito din. Okay, na ano ang meron na? Meron daw itong width na 150. Ang kulang na lang, class ay thickness. Okay? Try ko lang ilagay yan dito. So, ito yan, no? Tapos, meron din dito sa likod. Alright? So, nagpakahirap tayo mag-drawing class, no? Pero ang solution is what? Stress is force over area. So, stress is 110.6 on the average. The force is 1.4. But remember, ang kapartner ng MPa ay newtons. So, we make it in newtons. Times natin ng 1,000. So, next, area. So, ano po ba yung magiging total area? So, kanina, meron na tayong 9,058. No? Dinagdagan natin ng dalawang 150 by T. So, ayun na class. No? Masolve na natin yung required thickness. Ako class, cross multiply ko na lang yan. Okay, so 9,058 plus 2 times 150 of x equals 1,400 E3. So, shift solve. So, sagot. Requirement is 12 mm thick. Okay, the answer is letter A. Okay. Okay, so ayan. Next question tayo, class. So, the given beam will be subjected to concentrated live, 150 kN, uniformly distributed live, 50 kN per meter, and uniformly distributed dead na 25 kN per meter. So, tinatanong, what would be the maximum reaction at B? No, considering the given loads. What is the maximum positive shear at C due to the loads? And what is the maximum possible value ng negative moment at C due to the given loads? So, pag ganito po ang tanong, na may free will ka na mag-arrange ng loads, so therefore, this topic is under influence line. So, dito class, ang gagawin natin is yung application ng Mueller-Breslau principle, no? Para mabilis po tayo makapag-construct ng influence line. Okay. So, simulan natin class sa influence line for reaction at B. So, how do we do that? So, di ba ang ginagawa natin, pag reaction ng pinag-uusapan, so, halimbawa, lagay ko muna class yung mga supports, no? So, meron dito. Diba? Tapos meron dito. So, anong ginagawa? Gamit yung Mueller-Breslau principle. So, ang ginagawa, for reaction, nire-remove yung reaction na pinag-uusapan. So, tatanggalin natin itong support at B. And then, anong gagawin class? Ipupush natin siya 1 unit pataas. And then, we will let yung structure na gumalaw, no? So, ano mangyayari sa structure? So, pag tinulak mo yan, edi magiging parang ganito yung orientation niya, no? So, hindi gagalaw at D because sa D, hawak siya nung roller support. So, yung deformed shape will, at scale, no, represent the influence line. Na ang sure tayo, class, yung height dito sa may B ay 1. Okay? So, anong gagawin? Ratio and proportion na lang, no, sa ibang heights. So, halimbawa, dito tayo sa sabihin nating y value, no? This is y at A. ito y at c, ito y at e. So, kunin muna natin sila class through what? By ratio and proportion. So, gawin natin. So, triangle tayo class, no? Gets nyo na to? So, that 1, ang base niya is yung 4 plus 8. So, 12 is proportional to y at a. So, yung triangle na nagko-contain ng y at a is sino? Okay, wait lang. Okay, so sana nakikita nyo class na. Wait lang. Ayan, itong y at a, ito yung base niya. So, 4 plus 4 plus 8. So, that is 16, no? So, also proportional to y at c. Ang base niya is, okay, this one. Kuha. So, that is 8. And then, y at e over, ang base niya is 6. So, from their class, no, makuha na natin sina ya, yc, ye. So, magkano yan, class? So, for ya, cross-multiply nyo lang yung 16 sa 1. So, 16 times 1 divided by 12 is 4 over 3. Okay, next, ito. Y sa c. So, cross-multiply ko lang tong 8 dito. 8 times 1 divided by 12. 8 divided by 12 is 2/3. And then, itong y at e. So, yung 6, cross-multiply sa 1. 6 times 1 divided by 12 is 1/2. Tama po ba? Oh, so, yun na po yung mga lalagay nating heights dito. So, next, after identifying the influence line, we may now position the loadings. So, meron tayo yung live, 150. Yung distributed live na 50. And then, distributed dead na 25. Okay, balikan muna natin. Tama ba? Okay, correct. So, remember class, yung dead load, wala siyang choice but to distribute it all throughout the span. So, ito palagi yung nandito na. Okay, no choice yun class, no, for dead load. So, ang gumagalaw lang naman class ay yung live load. So, ibig sabihin siya lang yung flexible yung position. So, kung gusto mo class, maximum reaction at B. So, RB max. So, therefore, you have to position the loads wherein pinakamalaki yung height doon sa diagram na matatamaan niya. So, that means, yung live load na concentrated, dapat nandito sa may A. Dito yung PL. Kasi nandiyan yung pinakamatangkad. And then, for the distributed live, so, syempre, ito kasing A hanggang D, positive region ito, no? And then, while yung D to E, nasa negative axis po siya. Sasabihin, pag naglalagay ka ng load dito sa may negative, negative yung effect, no? Nababawasan yung reaction. So, therefore, we must position the distributed live hanggang D lang. So, kapag ganito po ang positioning ng loads, therefore, we will expect yung pinakamalaking magiging reaction at B. So, to calculate that, we will just simply multiply the magnitude of the load doon sa katapat niyang height or ordinate doon sa diagram. So, halimbawa, yung 150, ang katapat niya, yung YA, yung 4/3. O, next. For this region class, ito, no? So, hanggang D. Pwede ko itong pag-iisahin eh. Ito. Isahang analysis lang. So, parang may height yan na 50 plus 25. So, gagawin ko ng parang 75 kN per meter. Kuha po ba? So, papag-isahin ko na, no? Yung 50 and 25. So for the case of distributed, ang imumultiply mo sa kanya is yung area na katapat niya. And that is the area of the triangle A to D. Yan, ito. So, straight line ito, class, no? Sure yan. Kasi nga, by dun sa Euler-Breslau principle, na tinulak lang natin upward yung beam. So, that's why this is a straight line here. So, ano area niyan, class? Triangle. Edi 1/2, ang base mo is 4 plus 4 plus 8. So, we will have 16. And then, yung height mo is yung YA 4/3. And then, do not forget, meron ka pang uniformly distributed dead sa dulong span. So, we have 25 there. And then, the area is 1/2. Yung base mo is 6 meters. Yung height mo is Y at E. 1/2. But since nasa negative axis nga siya, lagay natin negative 1/2. Okay? So, sige. Makipindot nga niyan, class. 150 times 4/3 plus 75 na lang times 0.5 by 4/3 by 16 plus 25 by 1/2 by 6 by negative 1/2 negative 0.5. Alright, so the answer is 962.5 kilonewtons. So, our answer should be letter C. So, next, determine the maximum positive shear at C. So, drawing tayo ng dito sa baba. Okay, drawing natin dito, class, influence line for shear at C. So, burahin ko muna yung ibang elements dito, no? Ito sa taas, para hindi siya makagulo. So, class, kapag shear, ano naman ang nangyayari? So, ang gagawin natin, so, drawing ko muna dito, class, no? So, halimbawa, ito yung C. Ang gagawin mo, literal na puputulin mo, di ba? And then, as you may remember, di ba yung internal shear is what? Pag considering left side, downward, positive shear. Considering right side, upward, yung positive shear. So, ang gagawin lang natin, class, puputulin natin yung C. So, lagyan natin ng supports muna dito, no? So, may hinge at B, may roller at C. So, imagine niyo, class, ikakat nyo yung C, and then you will allow the left side, no? Sundan nyo lang, class, yung direction ng ano. Okay, sundan nyo lang, class, itong direction ng positive shear. So, hilahin nyo lang yung left side pababa. Tapos, yung right side, tulak nyo pataas. So, what you can imagine is what? So, wait lang, lagyan natin ng tulak, no? So, itong left side, tinulak kong ganito. Ito, tulak kong pataas. So, what you can imagine is, yung left segment, matutulak ng paganito. Okay? So, again, dun sa may support, hindi dapat siya madi-displace, no? Kasi nga may nakahawak sa kanya. And then, itong right side, tulak mong pataas yung beam. So, ganito naman yung magiging itsura po niya. So, there you have it, no? This diagram represents at scale yung influence line for shear at C. Kuha po. Alright. Now, burahin ko to. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ng mga different Y values, no? So, this is YA. Actually, kahit hindi ko na to lagyan ng ganito, no? Dito na lang tayo mag-focus. Ito, sabihin ko tong Y1, ito, Y2. And then the rest, kunin na lang natin again by ratio and proportion. So, class, ano ang property pagdating sa shear? So, ang property sa shear is this. Una, yung sum ng Y1 saka Y2 ay equal sa 1. So, this is the criteria for shear. What else? Yung slope nung line na ito, no, yung ABC na to, ay kapantay ang slope ng CDE. Okay? They will share the same slope. Ibig sabihin, ano ba slope dito? Rise is y2 over run is 8. So, ito yung slope. Dito, ano slope dito? Okay, rise is y1 over a run of 4. So, they will share the same slope. No? Sabihin natin m1 equals m2. So, we will have y1 over 4 equals y2 over 8. So, 2 equations, 2 unknowns, masasolve natin y1 and y2. So, kayong bahala, no? Pwede kayong mag-substitution method or kung gusto nyo, okay, input na lang natin sa CalQ. So, mode 5, 1. Okay, so lagay natin 1, 1 equals 1. And then, next equation is 1/4. As lipat natin yung 1/8, magiging negative 1/8. And then, equals 0. So, we have 1/3 and 2/3. So, with that, no? So, ito, pansin mo to class. Di ba similar ito? Pantay na pantay. And ito. 4 ito, no? So, y1 over 4, ito, height dito over 4 also. So, which would mean na pantay lang sila ng height, no? So, this one here is 1/3. O, dito naman tayo sa kabilang side. Okay, dito, y2 over 8. Ito, height dito over 6. So, didiretsahin ko na lang class, no? Pag pinipindot ko yan, parang ganito. So, height is 2/3. 2/3 for a base of 8. So, ano yung magiging height for a base of 6? Ako ganyan ko siya pinipindot class. Okay, so that the height sa may E is 1/2. Okay, so yun na class. No? We will now position the loads to produce, ano tinatanong? Pinakamalaking shear sa C, pero hindi lang malaki, no? May sign. Pinakamalaking positive. So, ibig sabihin, as much as possible, we must position the loads na may under nung positive area. So, halimbawa, so again, sa dead load, so sad to say, no choice ka but to distribute it all throughout the beam. Okay, so ang na-adjust lang again is yung live. So, concentrated live, sino ba may pinakamataas na height na positive? So, dito 1/3, dito 2/3. So, doon tayo sa 2/3, no? Yung just to the right of C. Lagay tayo dito. P live. Next, sino po ba yung may mga positive area? E di yung segment A to B, saka segment C to D. So, dito natin dapat i-position yung distributed live. So, kapag ganito po yung loading condition, we will expect yung pinakamalaking positive shear sa C. So, calculate na natin, class. So, this is yung 150 nakatutok sa 2/3. So, ang gagawin ko, class, yung mga positive, sabay-sabay kong isosolve. So, for this region, again, ko-computing ko na lang to as 75. 50 plus 25. Ito, ganun din. 50 plus 25. Oh, para isang pindutan lang tayo, class. So, plus yung 50 plus 25. Ngayon, pagsasabayin ko rin yung area. Unang area, yung A to B is 1/2 times base is 4. Height is 1/3. Okay, plus yung C to D is 1/2 base is 8, height is 2/3. And then plus, yung dead load lang under negative area. So, 25. And then area nung mga segment B to C and D to D ay 1/2. Base is 4. Height nung negative area is negative 1/3. Plus, dito sa D to E. So, 1/2. Base is 6. Yung height na compute natin as negative 1/2. Okay, so this should be the maximum positive shear at C. So, pindot 150 times 2/3 plus 75 times 0.5 by 1/3 times 4 plus 0.5 times 2/3 times 8. Okay, plus yung 25 naka-times sa 0.5 by 4 by negative 1/3 and then 1/2. Base is 6, height is negative 1/2. Okay, so our answer is 295.83. So, kilo newtons. So, check natin kung tama. Alright, correct. Okay, next. Determine the maximum negative moment at C. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung moment. So, wait lang. Add tayo ng slide. Okay, dito na lang para fresh start tayo. Okay, let us draw the influence line for moment at C. So, paano i-apply yung Mueller-Breslau principle pagdating sa moment? So, balikan natin class. No? If we have this section, tapos puputulin natin, as you may remember, okay, ano ang itsura nung positive moment pag left side? So, di ba ganito yung positive moment pag left side? And then, ganito yung positive moment, okay, kapag right side. Okay. So, paano yung gagawin natin, class, para magkaroon ng ganyang moment? So, di ba, ang ginagawa doon, class, it is as if that you will introduce an internal hinge. Okay? And then, ang gagawin mo, pupush mo to upward. So that parang gumanito yung left segment and then gaganito yung right segment. So parang in a sense, you allow it to rotate like this and you allow it to rotate like this. Okay, so ganun po ang gagawin natin, class. Yung point being considered, yung C, lalagyan natin ng internal hinge. Tapos imagine nyo, class, no? Tulak nyo to pataas. Ayan, tingin po kayo dito. May internal hinge tinulak. Ano mangyayari, class? Yung deformed shape would look like this. Ayan, natulak tong ganyan. So, straight siya, manantili siyang straight. And then, yung CDE is straight. Okay, ganyan. So, natulak nyo lang yung C, parang upward. Okay? So, magkakaroon tayo ng height at A, height at C, saka height at E. So, ano naman ang criteria dito, class? So, ito naman po yung criteria. So, dito, may angle of rotation, no? Theta 1. Or slope, in a sense, no? ito, theta 2. So the criteria is that the sum of the slopes theta 1 plus theta 2 equals 1. So, slope, how do we get that? E di, kunin natin tong y at c. So, slope is rise over run. Considering theta 1, so run is 4. Plus, slope 2. So, rise is yc also over a run of 8. And then, equals 1. So, makompute natin yc. Okay, so x over 4 plus x over 8 equals 1. So, sagot 2.666 or that is 8 over 3. So, 8 over 3 ang height dito. So, makompute nyo na rin yung height dito sa may A, no? So, since ito ay over 4, ito over 4 din. So, I am so sure that this is also 8 over 3. O, dito tayo sa may E. Paano, class? O, ratio and proportion. At C, 8 over 3. Ang base ay 8. So, times natin ng 6. So, the height here is 2. No? So, or kung hindi nyo nasundan, class, ratio and proportion lang yan. Okay? So, saan na natin lalagay yung loads? So, una, dead, no choice. So, distributed all throughout. Okay. Sino ang minamaximize, class? Pag-usapan natin. Maximum moment. Teka lang. Okay. Maximum moment at C. Pero, ang gusto mo, yung pinakamalaking negative bending at C. So, ibig sabihin, we must position the loads sa may mga pinakamalalaking negative effect. So, ito yung may mga negative, no? 8 over 3 saka 2. Mas malakas yung 8 over 3. So, dito natin lalagay si concentrated live. And then, yung mga negative area is A to B. So, nandito po yung distributed live as well as D to E. Distributed live. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag ganito po ang loading condition, mag-a-under ng maximum negative moment yung point C. So, substitute equals concentrated live 150 times nakatutok sa 8/3 pero negative 8/3 plus pagsabayin ko ulit ito saka yun dito. So, parang ano yun? 50 plus 25. So, sa ang area nakatutok? Una, sa 1/2, base is 4, height is negative 8/3. Plus, yung sa dulo, segment D2E, 1/2, base is 6, height is negative 2. And then plus, yung distributed dead na nasa positive area, so 25. Anong area nun? E di 1/2 base niya. So, parang pwede na tong isang triangle na lang, class, no? This one. So, base is 4 plus 8. And then, a height of 8/3. Alright. So, magkano po ito? 150 times negative 8/3 plus 75 times 0.5 by 4 by negative 8/3 plus 0.5 times 6 times negative 2 okay, plus 25 times 0.5 times 12 times 8/3. Sagot negative 850. So, the unit is kilonewton meter. So, ayun nga, no? Negative nga yung lumabas. Okay, so, are we correct? Alright, correct. Alright. So, next situation po tayo. So, refer to the figure. So, may frame. Okay, supported by a cable at C. And then, may fixed column AB. Tapos, may loads P1 and P. So, pinakita na rin dito, class, that the cable will undergo tension T. So, may slope din siyang 3:4 and etc. No? So, given P1, lagay natin sa figure. 60, yung tension is calculated as 150. And then the angle, theta is 45. So, ano daw yung pinakamalaking P? Such that the resulting shear of the column AB is 0. So, kano nga to? 150 and 60. So, this one here is 150. This one here is 60. So, para ma-expose natin yung reaction dun sa column AB. So, putulin ko siya somewhere here. So, therefore, magiging ganito yung illustration. So, lagyan ko ng bahagyang length. Ano ba? Ganyan. So, nandito yung T. Okay, nandito yung P1. At nandito si P. Okay, at an angle, theta. So, ito mga binigay ito, class. Alright? Ngayon, since pinutol natin yung AB, may expose yung internal reaction niya. So, di ba tatlong bagay yan, class? Pwede siyang may normal, pwede siyang may shear, at pwede siyang merong moment. So, ano po ba yung criteria? Dito, ang gusto niya, resulting shear stress in the column is 0. So, magiging 0 lang naman ang shear stress kapag 0 ang shear force. So, this one here is 0. So, with that, we just have to maintain equilibrium dito sa figure na ito. So, since kalat-kalat yung forces, di rigid body analysis ito, no? Dapat yung summation ng force X, 0. Summation ng force Y, 0. At summation ng moment ay dapat 0. So, since ang focus lang naman natin is yung P, so para hindi ma-involve yung unknown na M at unknown na N, so ang best equation of equilibrium ay summation ng force along horizontal dapat 0. So, let's consider to the right to be positive. So, meron tayong negative 150 to the left. Ano ang horizontal component? So, tingin dun sa figure, may horizontal side na 3, and then hypotenuse is 5. Okay? Ito. So, sino pa horizontal? Di yung P. Horizontal component would be cosine 45. And then, wala na. Hindi naman kasama yung ibang forces as well as moments. So, we cannot equate it to 0. So, masasolve na po natin yung P. So, transpose ko na lang, no? 150 times 3/5. Divide natin ng cosine 45. Okay, sorry. So, balik. So, again, 3 Trinanspose ko na lang class, no? 150 times 3/5. And then, dinivide ko ng cosine 45. So, our answer is 127.28. So, ano units? Kilonewtons, no? So, letter A. Okay. Next. So, nag-iba yung data yata, no? So, P1 is 60. Theta is 45. Tapos, pure axial compressive force in column AB is 108. So, determine the maximum force P such that the compressive stress in column AB is due to pure axial compression. So, as you may remember class, di ba, ang compressive stress or in a sense, normal stress is force over area kapag ang source ay axial force, no, yung P. Pero as you may remember, yung normal stress is also parang MC over I, or gawin natin general, no? Yung parang MY over I, provided ang source ay bending. Diba? So, ang sabi, pure axial lang ang meron. Ibig sabihin, dapat yung moment, yung effect ng moment, ma-eliminate. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin? Ganon ulit class, no? Cut natin, no? Somewhere here. So, isolate yung section sa taas. So, again, nandito si tension. Nandito yung P1. I believe binigay ito 60. Tapos, unknown yung P. Pero binigay yung angle 45. So, just like yung kanina, okay, tatlong bagay ang pwedeng lumabas dito sa cut section po natin, no? So, may normal, may shear, at may moment. Okay, so nabanggit nga, pure action lang yung compressive stress. Ibig sabihin, dapat mawalan ng moment. And I believe, binigay yung pure axial compressive force is 108. So, lagay natin dito. Ito pala given as 108 kilonewtons. So, after that, okay, hanap na lang po tayo ng equation of equilibrium, no, na fit para ma-solve natin yung P. Okay? So, ano kaya yung pwedeng gawin para ma-solve ko si P? So, pag ako nag-summation ng force vertical, dalawa yung unknown. No? Walang T, walang P. Pag nag-summation naman ako ng force horizontal, wala ulit T, wala ulit P, at wala ring given a value ng shear. So, naging tatlo. So, what we can do, I believe, is to take moment malapit sa C. Okay? So, siguro, sabihin natin dito. So, summation of moment at C for equilibrium dapat 0. So, let's consider clockwise to be positive. So, bakit moment, sir? So, pag nag-moment ka sa C, mawala ang tension T. Yung shear V, so, effectively, malapit siya sa C. So, parang wala rin siyang moment arm. So, ang mga iikot lang is yung normal, yung P1, saka yung P. Pero i-component natin yung P. So, may vertical component siya dito. Yung P sine theta. And then dito, P cosine theta. So, ang iikot na lang is yung P sine theta. No? So, sige. Moment tayo sa C. Start tayo kay 60. So, ang layo ng 60 is 1.6 from the figure. And then, next, yung normal. Itong normal, iikot ng counterclockwise. So, minus 108 from the figure. Ang distance niya is, lagyan nga natin dito, 0.6. So, times 0.6. And then, yung P sign, counterclockwise also. So, minus P sine of 45. And then, ang distance niya from C is 2.0. And then, wala na. We can now close it to 0. So, we can now solve for the value of P. So, 60 times 1.6 minus 108 times 0.6 minus x sine 45 times 2. So, shift solve. So, sagot is 22.06. Okay, kilonewtons. Okay, or 22.1. Okay. Next. So, if the given are P1, P, T, and theta, so what is the compressive force in column AB? So, ganun lang ulit, class. Cut and isolate. So, cut natin dito. Isolate yung top section. So, ito binigay 150. Dito, P1 binigay 60. Dito, P binigay 80. Tama po ba? Alright. And what else? So, dito, angle is 45. So, again, mare-release yung internal response. Pwedeng may normal. Pwedeng may shear. At pwedeng may moment. So, walang nabanggit, no? Kung may ma-eliminate sa tatlong unknowns. So, anong pwede natin gawin, class, para makafocus tayo sa N? So, wag nang pahirapan. Ang solution lang dyan, summation lang ng forces along vertical is 0. So, let us consider upward to be positive. So, we will have negative 150. Vertical component is 4/5. Again, referring dun sa 3, 4, 5 triangle. So, minus 60. And then plus 80. Vertical component is sine 45. And then, assuming compression, so which is yung direction ng normal, going inwards dun sa section. So, going up po siya sa figure. So, plus N. And wala na. We can now close it to 0. So, N now should be. So, lipat ko na lang sa right side, no? 150 times 4/5 plus 60. Then, minus 80 sine 45. Okay, we have 123.43. Okay, kilonewtons. Okay, and then that's it. Okay. So, okay, next, ano tayo, class? Situation. So, for the figure shown, assume that the section have crack and use transformed area method to compute their flexural stresses, no, for the given loads and moments. Okay, determine the maximum bending moment of the beam. And then, ano pa yung ibang tanong? Calculate the stress in concrete. And calculate the stress in steel. Okay. So, dito class, pinapagamitan tayo ng transformed area method. Eh di parang ano to na class, no? Parang WSD or yung alternate strength design method. So, paano nga ginagawa doon class? Okay, simulan muna natin class sa pag-identify ng moment. Okay, ano ang load? 135 saka 30. So, this one here is 135. This is 30 kilonewton per meter. So, first, identify natin yung support reaction. So, okay lang ba class? So, shortcutin ko na. Tingin na lang kayo sa CalQ. So, ang gagawin ko class, magmo-moment ako sa A. That yung moment due to loads should be equal to the moment due to the reaction. Oh, ano yung mga iikot sa A class? E di yung 135. Ano moment arm? So, check muna natin. So, 3 and 6. So, this one here is 3 meters. This one here is 6 meters. Alright. Ulit. 150 moment arm is 3. Plus, isang buuan for the rectangular load. So, 30 by 9. Ang moment arm is kalahati ng 9, 4.5. So, this moment should be equal to the moment of the reaction at B, about A. So, ang moment arm nun ay 3 plus 6, 9, no? So, divide ko to ng 9. So, that's it. Reaction at B is 185. So, doon tayo sa reaction at A, summation ng force vertical, no? So, 135 plus 30 times 9. Ito yung total na downward, 405. Ilan lang yung pataas? 185. So, ilan pa yung kailangan dali nung reaction at A? Edi 220. So, para makita natin yung maximum moment, so we may utilize yung shear and moment diagram. Okay, shear diagram. So, 0, umangat ng 220. Tapos, dadaanan yung area na to. So, downward means deductive, no? So, 220 minus 30 by 3. So, mapupunta ng wait lang, ulit. 135 plus 30 times 9 minus 185. Okay, 220 minus 30 times 3. So, 130. Okay. So, wait nga. Ulitin natin. Wait lang. 135, moment about A ulit tayo class, no? Times 3. Okay, plus yung moment due to the distributed load, 30 times 9. Tapos yung moment arm is 4.5. So, we have 1,620. Divide it by 9 units. Ayun. So, kaya medyo duda ako class eh. Ito ay 180. Okay, and 135 plus 30 times 9. So, ito yung downward. 180 lang yung pataas. So, kulang tayo ng 225. Ayan. So, balik tayo po sa shear diagram. 225. So, we have 225. Dadaan sa area na 30 by 3. So, we will have 135. So, 135 here. Tapos, may biglang pababa na 135. So, minus 135. So, magsi-0. And then, dadaanan yun. Distributed load here. So, another minus 30 for a length of 6. So, negative 180. And then, may pataas na 180. So, mag-0. Okay? So, since this is 0 degree, ito mga first degree, no? Or mga lines. So, next, punta tayo ng moment diagram. So, 0 at the starting point. So, plus natin yung area ng trapezoid. So, 0.5, base 1, 225, base 2, 135 for distance of 3 meters. So, 540. So, positive area, aangat, no? 540. So, how do we connect? First degree, dapat second degree, no? Curve. So, what type of curve? So, as you can see, 225 to 135, decreasing. And then, anong curve ang may decreasing na slope? So, may positive slope, tas naging negative slope. So, yung curve na concave downward. So, ibig sabihin, pag ganito ito. Okay? Next, negative area. So, plus, triangle, 1/2. Base is 6. Height is negative 180. So, nag-0. So, which means, no? Medyo tama yung naging analysis. So, first degree. Second degree dapat dito. So, anong second degree? So, 0 naging negative 180, which means decreasing. So, concave, downward pa rin. So, therefore, we will have Mmax as 540 kilonewton meter. Okay. Next, for the stresses, as you may remember, nangangailangan ito class ng pagta-transform, no, nung materials into a single material, no? Now, usually, we convert materials to concrete. Okay, so wait lang. Okay, lipat tayo dito. So, paano nga yun, class? So, wait lang. Dito na lang. So, say, so, ang ginawa dito, class, sinimplify yung AS, no? Kasi as you can see, yung effective depth D, nilagay sa centroid ng steel group. So, we can write it as parang ganito na lang. Okay? So, ano yung mga dimensions? 410, 710, 6 na 28. 410. Then dito, 710. And this is 6 na 28. So, ta-transform natin, class. Gagawin natin lahat silang concrete. Pero nabanggit kasi class, crack. Ibig sabihin, so lagay muna tayo ng assumed location ng neutral axis. So lahat ng nasa baba na concrete ay crack na. So ang meron na lang tayo dito class is yung AS. Okay? So ang meron na lang class is okay, yung concrete dito. Tapos yung steel sa ilalim. So, define natin to class, no, to be 410. And then yung height dito is y sa top. Or sabihin natin okay, yc. Tapos itong nasa ilalim yt, pero hindi ko nalalagay class, no. Pero ang gets nyo class, yung hanggang dito is ano to? 710 minus yc. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin class, ko-convert natin ito to equivalent concrete. So, paano nga yun class? So, as you may remember from your WSD, na crack section, so you just simply multiply the AS by the modular ratio N. So, binigyan tayo ng N class, I believe. So, ayan, nakasulat class, no? 8. Okay. So, unang sinosolve dito class is yung location ng neutral axis, no? So, solve natin yung YC. So, ang konsepto dito class, para mapabilis po tayo, is yung moment of area okay. Moment of area above NA should be equal sa moment of area below NA. So, saan nag-moment? Moment ito about neutral axis. Okay? I-moment lang natin yung area above the neutral axis, about the neutral axis, at i-equate ito sa moment of area below the neutral axis about the neutral axis. So, ano yung moment? Sa taas. So, ang area is 410 by YC. Moment arm from the centroid to the neutral axis is YC over 2. Okay, lakihan muna natin to. So, it should be equal to moment of area below. Edi yung NAS. Moment arm is 710 minus YC. So, yun. Substitute na lang natin class, no? 410 YC squared divided by 2 equals N is 8. I believe this is ilang piraso nga to? 6 na 28. So, we have 6 times pi over 4 times 28 squared, and then 710 minus YC. So, YC, location of neutral axis is 410 x squared divided by 2 equals 8 times 6 times pi over 4 times 28 squared, and then 710 minus x. So, shift solve. So, sagot 255.8 0.78. So, maganda siguro, store nyo na lang to. So, on our case, nakastore na yan directly sa X. So, next thing to calculate is yung moment of inertia. So, sabihin natin moment of inertia of the crack transformed section. So, ito ay summation of I bar plus AD squared. So, start tayo dun sa rectangle sa taas. Yung 410 by YC. So, ano ang moment of inertia niyan? Centroidal. So, di ba nandito yung centroid niyan? So, we have base, rectangle, no? 410 times height cube over 12 plus yung transfer is, area is 410 by YC. Yung distance of transfer is kalahati ng YC. So, YC over 2 and then squared. So, ito yung sa taas. Plus, yung sa ilalim. So, centroidal. Centroidal niya is andi dito. However, wala siyang height. May mahaba siyang base, pero maliit yung height. Maliit na height, tapos i-cube mo pa, edi mas lalong liliit. Di-divide mo pa ng 12. So, effectively, yung I-bar niya is 0. Parang wala. So, ang meron na lang siya is AD squared, no? Area is NAS. So, 8 times pi over 4. 8 times 6 pieces. Pi over 4 times 28 squared. Yung transfer is yung distance na 710 minus YC and then square. So, we will have the ICT. So, 410 x cube over 12 plus area 410 by x. Distance is x over 2 and then squared plus 8 times 6 times pi over 4 times 28 squared and then 710 minus x and then square. Okay, so we have 8.385 times 10 raised to 9 millimeters raised to 4. So to be exact, maganda, store na lang natin to sa letter A. Okay? Ngayon class, alternatively, bago tayo mag-proceed, yung BH cube over 12 plus AD squared for the rectangle, pwede nating itong i-simplify class as, ito no, itong portion na to. Wait lang, kuha tayo ng ito. Oops, wait lang. Alright, this one here, pwede natin itong mapasimplify as BH cube over 3. Okay, bakit? Kasi, as you may remember, kapag meron kang rectangle and dito ka kumukuha ng moment of inertia, no, sa base, matik yon, no? Yung I about that base is BH cube over 3. So, kanina kasi, galing ka pa ng centroid, tapos, tin-transfer pa natin, no? So, try natin class ito. What if lang, no? So, ano yung base? 410. Ano yung height? E di nasa x cube over 3. O, tapos, plus natin yung ano? 8 times 6 times pi over 4, okay, times 28 squared. Distance is 710 minus x, then squared. Parehas ba? Alright, yes, no? The same lang. 8.385. But then again, para sakto, lagay nyo sa, saan ko nilagay yun kanina? Sa A. Okay, sa A na lang. Okay. O, dito na tayo class sa stress diagram. So, di ba magiging ganito yung stress diagram niyan? Ma-compress dito, tapos na tension dito. Wherein, yung stress dito is yung FC. Yung stress dito sa baba is F prime of S. No? Sir, bakit F prime of S, hindi Fs? So, remember, yung material mo dito ay concrete. So, yung nararamdamang stress dyan is yung stress doon sa equivalent concrete. So, kung gusto mo siyang ibalik sa steel, that is Fs over N. Basically kasi, yung mako-compute mo dito is maliit lang na stress eh. Bakit? Kasi ang laki ng area, no? Yung AS mo naka-times ng N. So, lumaki ang area, ang nakikita mong stress na F prime S is maliit. So, kung ibabalik mo siya sa pagiging steel, liliit ang area, dapat lalaki ang stress. So, kaya dapat yung N dito ma-multiply sa kanya. No? Makita mo, F prime S times N, yun yung actual Fs. Okay? Pero paano i-compute? Oh, ano lang ito class? Fc, ano lang ito eh? MC over I. So, Fc sa taas yan, edi M. Tapos yung kukunin ko yung YC, kasi di ba YC distance ito? Okay, over I know crack transform section. Okay. Sa substitute na lang natin to. And then yung Fs over N, yung F prime S equals sa moment. So, ano yung Y distance niya? From the neutral axis, again, that is yung 710 minus YC. So, this is 710 minus YC over yung I niya is ICT. So, okay. So, dahil wala na akong space, pipindutin na lang natin class. So, for FC, so, di ba ang moment na pinag-uusapan natin, yung maximum moment, yung kanina 540 E6. So, YC is X. So, times X over ICT nasa A. Okay, so, anong lumabas na sagot? 16.48. So, this one here is 16.48 MPa. So, ito yung stress na nararamdaman ng extreme concrete fiber. Sana yan? Okay, this one here. Okay, wait lang. Alright, this one. Letter B. And the next, calculate the stress in steel. So, dito naman tayo sa pangalawa, no? So, M540 E6 times natin ng distance ng centroid ng steel group from the neutral axis. So, 710 minus YC na nasa X. Divide natin sa ICT. So, pag ito pa lang ang kinompute mo, MC over I, ito yung F prime S. Ito yung stress kung sakaling concrete pa siya. Pero pag ibabalik mo siya sa pagiging steel, liliit ang area, lalaki ang stress, so we have to multiply it by N. So the answer is 233.97. Alright, and that should be our answer. Alright. So, ayun, medyo napahaba na naman class ang ating discussion for this lecture video. So, I will continue the remaining questions no sa mga susunod pa po nating lecture video. So, thank you so much guys for watching and listening. So, sana na-gets nyo po. Sana may naintindihan. And God bless po.